Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for being here today. And in today's Pick a Card reading, we're going to be getting the channeled message of the day from Spirit. And to do this reading, I've laid out 3 piles of cards. Pile number 1, you're going to be this Dalmation crystal here. Pile 2, you're going to be this green tree crystal here. And pile 3, you're going to be this red crystal here. So take a minute and focus on the piles and decide which one you're most drawn to. You can then scroll down to the description box below where I have timestamps listed for each pile. You can then click on your timestamp and you'll be directly forwarded to your reading. So let's get into this reading. Hi, pile 1. So you guys chose the Dalmation crystal here. Let's take a look at your message of the day. So you have unicorn here, and it says success, hope, freedom, healing, and magic are all available to you if you just believe. Beautiful. You have say goodbye to your past and leave the baggage behind for good. You have first quarter moon in Cancer with push through any insecurity. You have, just going to cover this here. You have follow your own rhythm. You also have end of an era. And finally, you have number 26 with listening. Interesting energy here. So I'm getting the message from Spirit here, pile 1, that there may be something that you need to leave behind, something that you need to walk away from that is no longer serving you, that is no longer in alignment with you. So this could be a project, it could be a goal, it could be a job, it could be a relationship, it could be a friendship, it could be a lot of things here. But I'm getting the message with, a few of these cards. This card is talking about saying goodbye to your past. And then we have end of an era here. So I feel like Spirit is talking about something that has come to its natural ending here. It's come to its close and it's time to move on. It's time to move past that. And there's also a message here about pushing through any fears or insecurities associated with this ending. So if you're in a job that you don't like anymore or that is not fulfilling, it's natural to, have fears about finding a new job, but Spirit is asking you to just push through those fears and that insecurity and just move on to the next stage or the next, job or relationship or whatever it may be that's in your future here. And there's also a message here about, I feel like listening to your higher self. What is it telling you about this situation? Listening to maybe your spirit guides or your higher power. Really being open to the messages that you're getting right now. And, really following your heart and following your own rhythm, doing what you want to do. And if that means leaving this friendship or this job or whatever it is, then that's what you need to do. Just doing things in your way. And, I do feel like with this card here with the unicorn, I feel like there is a lot of magic around you right now, and a lot of hope, and like this card, success. It's all available to you here, but it does require you to, to put an end to whatever the situation is and to move on from it, and to, say goodbye to it and leave it behind. So that's sort of the energy I'm getting here. So let's get some tarot now to clarify this energy. So you have the Nine of Pentacles. Beautiful. Because the Nine of Pentacles is about, making that strong foundation for ourselves. It's a very self-made card. It's about being successful and doing it on our own, not needing others, and really just, going after what we want and getting it. And, I feel like this is the energy that Spirit wants you to step into, is sort of this energy of being independent and, making the changes you need to make, and then, setting up a strong foundation for yourself. So I love that. You also have the World energy here, which is beautiful because that talks about, it can talk about the end of a cycle, the wheel turning here, leaving something behind. And it can also talk about success and hope, like we had in this unicorn card here. So I do feel like there is going to be success for you once you leave whatever this is behind you. There is a whole world waiting for you here, full of achievement, full of success. So I love that. You also have Temperance here. And that can talk about finding balance, because I feel like for some of you in this pile, whatever this is that you need to let go of here, it has been causing some imbalance in your life, some maybe disharmony. So there's a need to sort of balance that energy out here. And maybe even for some of you, it involves healing. So if this is like a friendship or a family member that you're leaving behind, maybe there's healing required in that. But whatever it is, I see balance and healing for you here. You also have the Seven of Swords. And that can be when a situation or person or thing is taking from us. That can be when, there's something that is no longer serving us here. There's something that needs to be... Sorry about that, pile one. So as I was saying, it's when something is taking maybe energy from you, time from you, and, you're feeling the need to, move on from that, to release that. So I do feel like there is something here that's either taking your time or your energy, and it's just not worth it, pile one. So it's something you need to move on from here. So I just want to get one last card for you guys here from this Totem Guardians Oracle deck. So Spirit, can I get a final message, please, for pile one? A final message or guidance, please, for pile one. Okay, so you have the hummingbird here with lightness of being. Beautiful. Yeah, so there is this energy here of, I feel like when you let whatever this is go, you are going to feel much lighter, pile one. You're going to feel this sense of freedom here, this sense of release, and just feeling lighter, feeling better within yourself. I feel like there's a very calm look on this girl's face here, and she's just sort of at peace with her life and with herself and with her decisions. So I do feel like, once you let whatever this is go, you will feel this lightness of being here. And with the hummingbird being here, I feel like there's also a message about really living in the moment, really being in the moment and really focusing on what your higher self is saying right now, pile one. So that is all I have for you guys today, Pile 1. I hope you enjoyed the reading and I hope it was helpful. If it was, please let me know down below. Otherwise, have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. So you guys chose the green tree here. Let's take a look at your message of the day. So you have Raven here with confidence, and it says, you are encouraged to disconnect from the physical or materialistic plan and move to the spiritual realm. You have a deep spiritual connection, which you mustn't ignore. You are on the brink of transformation, and your divine purpose may be revealing itself. Love that. You also have echoes here, and it says ancient, culture, roots, customs. You also have guardian angel of the world, and it says allow yourself to grow with your angel's protective light shining all around you. You have a blessing to shield and safeguard you. You have the sword here. And you have Ganesh with abundance of earth. And it says, release the obstacles to receiving abundance in perfect form. Love that energy. Beautiful. So I'm getting the message from Spirit here, Pile 2, that you are someone that has a very strong connection with Spirit. And I feel like this is one of your gifts, Pile 2. This is something that maybe you use in your work, or you just practice on your own. You know, maybe connecting with your guides, praying, whatever it is. You know, I feel like you have this very strong connection to Spirit here. And I do feel like you have a lot of protection from the spirit world, from your guides, from your angels. Specifically, you know, you have a guardian angel here who is always with you, Pile 2, always watching over you and always protecting you. And, you know, we also have this, you know, blessing to shield and safeguard you here. So you are highly protected, I feel like. You know, we even have the ravens here on this card, which is your connection with Spirit. And they're just all around you, Pile 2, protecting you here. And we even have the sword here, you know, which is another card of protection. So you're highly protected, Pile 2. I feel like in whatever you're doing here, or whatever you're trying to achieve. And I do feel like this gift or connection with Spirit here is something that is part of your roots here, or maybe part of your culture. I feel like your gifts might come from your ancestors or from your culture, whatever that may be, you know, your roots, your customs. But they are very, you know, strong. And I do feel like, you know, for some of you, you may have a very strong connection with animals here. You know, you may have like a spirit animal, or you may just be very intuitive and connected with animals. But I do feel like there's something here that is maybe, you know, revealing itself to you in terms of your divine purpose. There may be something that involves spirituality that is your divine purpose. You know, that could be for some of you here. Maybe, you know, becoming a counselor or a healer or a psychic, or, however it resonates for you. But, there is that strong energy here. And there's also a message here about abundance. I feel like whatever this is, this divine purposes, it does involve abundance for you, pile 2. And, there may be some things that you need to release, maybe some limiting beliefs or negative mindsets, scarcity mentality that you need to release in order to open this abundance up for yourself, in order to let that abundance from the universe flow, pile 2. So that message is coming through as well. So I just want to get some tarot now to clarify this here. So you have the Queen of Wands. Beautiful. Because the Queen of Wands is somebody who's very confident here. She's very confident in her abilities, in her talents, in her goals, and she really goes after what she wants. And I feel like this is the energy that Spirit wants you to be in here, this powerful, confident energy. Because I do feel like you are very protected, pile 2. And you're also very, like I said before, connected with Spirit, and you're very talented and you're very creative. And Spirit really wants you to just step into your power here and be confident. You also have the Ace of Pentacles, which can talk about this abundance here. So I do feel like there's something that either, is your divine purpose, or something that maybe you're working towards, a goal, a dream that does involve money for you here. It does involve abundance in some form or shape. And I feel like Spirit is really just holding out this hand of abundance to you, and wanting you to be open to receiving that, because they want to give you this gift here. I really feel that way. You also have the Emperor here, which can be, that protection, I feel like, that you have from Spirit, from your guides, your angels, your higher power. Because the Emperor is a card of protection. It's a card of, that shielding, that safeguarding here that we talked about. So I feel like you are very protected. But, the Emperor can also talk about, again, stepping into our power, being confident, being a leader for others. Some of you, your divine purpose may involve leadership, being a leader, becoming a, the head of a company, or, being a manager for others, whatever it is here. But there is an energy of leadership and confidence here with the Emperor. Finally, you have the High Priestess. And that makes a lot of sense because, the High Priestess is highly connected to Spirit. She's very spiritual, and she's very in tune with her gifts, with her intuition, with her higher self. And so I do feel like this is the energy that you are, that this is representing you here, pile 2. You are this High Priestess here. And so I feel like, not only are you, highly protected, but you're also, highly connected with Spirit and with your higher self. And, that's really beautiful, pile 2. And it's also something that, I feel like comes from your roots or comes from your culture here. So beautiful. So I just want to get one last message here for you guys from this Totem Guardians Oracle. So Spirit, can we get a final message or guidance for pile 2, please? Final message or guidance for pile 2. Okay, so you have the Nightingale here with music. Beautiful. So I'm getting a message here from Spirit that, you may also have a strong connection with music here, pile 2. And I do feel like music is a way for you to get in touch with your spirit and to get in touch with the spirit world here. They may be giving you messages through music. Specifically, I feel like through through songs, through lyrics maybe, or through a specific song. They may be trying to communicate with you through music. So it's really important to open yourself up to that and to really listen and be, I feel like, incorporate music in your life in some way. So I love that. So that is all I have for you guys today, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed the reading and I hope it was helpful. If it was, please let me know down below. Otherwise, have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, pile 3. So you guys chose the red crystal here. Let's take a look at your message of the day. So you have turning point here, and it says take a break. You also have entwined. You have the well spirit, and it says trust the great mystery. You have door of love, and it says affection, romance, passion, devotion, tenderness. You also have oakenite here, and it says past life patterns, all chakras. And then you have the horse king with assistance, control. Interesting. So I'm getting the message from Spirit here, pile 3, that there may be a need to sort of take a break right now from something that maybe you're working on. This could be a job, it could be a goal, a project, and sort of focus on love right now and focus on your relationships. For some of you here, I feel like there is this maybe partner or person that you're entwined with here, someone that you're very connected to. And for some of you, it could be a romantic partner, because we do have the door of love here. And I feel like there's a need to sort of take a break from whatever you're doing and really focus on that relationship or that connection. Being affectionate with this person, being devoted to them, and really just, immersing yourself in that partnership. Sorry about that, pile 3. So as I was saying, I feel like there's a need to really focus on that person or that connection here and sort of take a break from whatever you're working so hard on, or whatever you're doing that might be taking your attention away from this partnership or connection. And I feel like there's a need to sort of just trust in the mystery of that connection, trust in the beauty of it, trust in that you're not always going to know what's going to happen in this connection, or you're not always going to know how this person might surprise you, or just trust in the mystery of it. I feel like because I do feel like for some of you, this person or connection is from a past life, because we do have past life patterns here with the oakenite crystal. And so this person may be, a soulmate from a past life here that you're entwined with, a past life connection. Because I do feel like there is this strong bond here, because we do have this big heart. So there is a very strong connection here, I feel like, in your life right now. And, for some of you, this person could be represented here by this horse king, this person who helps you in some way, provides assistance to you, whether that's love, whether that's um, financial help, whether that's, caring for you, assisting you in some way. Um, this could even be a friend or a, boss or whatever. It could be, but somebody who helps you in some way here. And I feel like this person does have a lot of control. They are a very powerful person, and they are very solid and very stable, pile 3. And I feel like there's a need to sort of focus on this partnership or this connection right now, and just take a break from whatever it is that you're, that's taking up a lot of your time here. So interesting. So I just want to get some tarot now to clarify this. So you have the 2 of Cups. Wow. Beautiful. Yeah. So for a lot of you here, I feel like this is a romantic partner, or it could be, someone that you're dating, someone that you're living with, in a relationship with, married to, however it resonates. But somebody that you do share this strong love bond with here. And, I do feel like Spirit is watching over this connection, because we do have the angel here. So this is a very spiritual connection, and I feel like it is protected by Spirit, and I feel like it's a beautiful connection, and Spirit just wants you to sort of take a break right now and just focus on that connection, pile 3. You also have the Star in reverse here. Just going to cover this, and that can be when, we might be feeling like, a lack of hope or a lack of inspiration. And, I feel like this is Spirit really just calling out the fact that this relationship is really this, beautiful, inspiring mystery. And they just want you to realize that, pile 3, trust in the mystery, trust in the beauty of it, and just really, spend time and effort on it, pile 3. You also have the 8 of Cups here, which can be about, feeling disappointed in something or someone, and feeling like, you need to walk away, or, maybe you want to walk away. But I feel like there is, like I said, a need to sort of really, think about this connection, and really focus on this connection, and realize that there is this beautiful, light here, and sun, and, happiness that is possible here. And I feel like it's just a matter of really opening that door to love here, sharing your love with this person, being open to, the mystery, and really, just spending time and effort on it, pile 3. And finally, you have the 6 of Swords. Yeah, and that can be like when we're moving from, rough waters to smooth waters. We're moving from maybe disharmony to harmony, or, chaos to peace, whatever, however it resonates here. But I do feel like, you are moving towards this peace here, this beauty, it's a turning point here, for you. And, I do feel like for some of you, it involves either one person or maybe more. This could be a family. This could be a few people that this involves. But, I do feel like there is this idea of moving to calmer waters here. And I feel like it's going to happen by focusing on this connection, and really putting in the time, the effort, the love, the spiritual connection. So very interesting. So I just want to get one last message here from Spirit, from this Totem Guardians deck. So Spirit, can we get a final message or guidance for pile 3, please? So you have Polar Bear here with quality. Interesting. So yeah, I do feel like there's a message here about this person or partnership, being a quality relationship. You know, being something that is worth fighting for, something that is worth putting your time, putting your effort into. And I do feel like there is this turning point here in this connection. And I feel like it's a beautiful turning point because I feel like it's moving from rough waters to calm waters here. And I do feel this strong alliance. You know, we have these two people holding each other here, and then we have this woman holding this polar bear here. So I do feel like there is this really strong connection here. The two of you just being, you know, maybe in love or, you know, in harmony. And I feel like it is a very quality relationship or connection. And Spirit just wants you to appreciate that and to realize that, pile 3, and to really hold it close to you right now, really hold it dear. So I love that. So that is all I have for you guys today, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed the reading and I hope it was helpful. If it was, please let me know down below. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day and I'll see you next time. Bye.